So I'm filming both of these casual story times in the same night, because YOLO. And I'm uploading this one today, and the other one I did yesterday. But there you go. So I'm going to tell 2 stories, at least, but 2 of them from church. And the first one is about the sound system at our church and is kind of a fun story, and the second one is about our youth director and acceptance and is not a particularly fun story. But there you go! So the first story is about our sound system, and I'm in several musical groups at my church. Basically, the way it breaks down is you have one group that adds different members on each Sunday. But, it's fine. So I'm in this one, Burning Bush, which is just entirely youth run except for one adult dude who is there to play bass. But he's, not in charge. So whatever. We have a pretty decent sound system at my church. But this past Sunday, as in the day before yesterday, we got new mics, and nobody had ever tested them before. And it's fine, it's great. They smelled like new mics. I was so glad I brushed my teeth that morning. Whatever. They're great. They're high quality mics. Professional mics for professional musicians. So I don't know why they're at our church. But that morning we had also gone over this song we were doing, which I said I had listened to, but I hadn't. This was the first time. And there were 2 solos in it. And so one of them went to our resident musical theater person, our thespian who's involved in every show, every production, does chorus, does singing lessons, is going to be on Broadway someday, or I am going to have a revolution, because she deserves it. So she gets the first solo. And then our leader is like, hey yo Azaria, you get the second solo. And I'm freaking out on the inside, because it's one thing to sing by myself here, but it's another if I'm singing by myself in front of people when I'm in a piece that is not just me. I'm fine singing a solo if the whole piece is a solo, and I'm fine singing a whole thing with other people. But I don't want a solo if it's just a part of something, because I'm so afraid I'm going to mess up the whole song for the other people. It's not because I'm afraid of messing up, but it's because I don't want to make their job bad. But whatever, I get this solo, I do it, people say it's great, and then it turns out that they hadn't figured out how to balance these new mics. So all people could hear anyway all Sunday was basically me. So it was like I was soloing everything anyway. So I didn't need to be worried. I don't know, I like that story, because people complimented Burning Bush, and it turns out they were kind of just complimenting me. I am conceited. I never have said I wasn't. My second story is about our youth director and acceptance, and a lack thereof. So the first time I ever told her I was non-binary, she immediately was like, you identify as non-binary, and I'm like, I am, and she's like, can you please use the word identify, with an edge to her voice, and I'm like, yeah, okay, and in my mind, I'm like, you are making me, preface it with, I identify as, because you don't think it's legitimately who I am. Which I'm like, whatever, it's fine. As you respect me, I'll respect you enough to indulge this fantasy. But what gets me is every once in a while, actually more frequently than that, but I'll be sitting, on a couch, or just next to somebody who actually is a girl, which I'm not. And she'll be like, oh, hey girls, and I'll be like, people, and she'll be like, you know what I mean, and I'll be like, yeah, I know what you mean. You mean girls, because you don't actually think I'm non-binary, and you don't actually think it's a legitimate thing. Which is just very interesting, and that's, one of the host of reasons I'm not a huge fan of our new youth director. Can I even call her new? We've had her since, like, August-ish. But whatever. She tries. But you know you're not qualified to be a youth director when you still call the Book of Revelation Revelations. And when you assume it takes 6 weeks before Jewish boys are circumcised, and then try to say 6 days when it's 8 days. Just little things. So, really quick, I'm gonna tell a final story. Which is not even really a story, it's just I'm trying to hydrate because, you know, I want to be healthier and I want to be better when I'm singing, so I'm trying to drink like 2 liters a day, which is a noble goal, except I now have to pee a ton. So yeah, that's not even like an interesting thing. It's just if I ever see you, I am likely to be carrying around one of 2 blue water bottles that each hold a liter, one that leaks and one that doesn't. If this video was informative, leave a like. If it was inflammatory, leave a comment. If it was intriguing, subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter or Tumblr using the hashtag #AskAzaria or the messaging system to be featured in our next Just Asking Monday. I hope you have a great day.